Hey, beautiful souls. Welcome to Mind Ease with Stella, your space for calm, clarity, and Christ-centered growth. Last time, we were talking about reincarnation. And today, we continue with part 5. We left at a point where we talked about how one should bear in mind what Christ said, that there where I go, you shall also come. That is in John chapter 14, verse 3. Christians must reflect on and believe in this resurrection to eternal life. They must believe that life does not end with their earthly death, that there is a resurrection, and that Christ fought, suffered, and died for precisely this resurrection of every individual. He died for his own. It was his own who at the time of the fall separated themselves from him, and he desires to have his own back again. Christians must know that they are fallen spirits. As Christ said, they come from below. He said, you are from below, but I am from above. Isn't that what is written in John chapter 8, verse 23? And to put it clearly, it is said, you come from hell. When the Bible is talking about below, it means hell. But I come from above. Above means heaven. If Christians knew more about the wonderful creation that was established for the return of the fallen, and that it was Christ who was actively involved in this creation, they will start doing many things differently. If only Christians were made aware of the significance of this creation. That in God's creation, even a blade of grass has its significance and justification. Everything that has life here on earth has its significance and its justification. Also, in the diverse animal kingdom, which is organized into so many species, every animal has its justification in God's plan of salvation. Even if it is an animal that is harmful to human beings, it has in God's plan of salvation, in the plan of order, in God's plan of creation, its justification to exist there. For it is life, and this life has its justification for everyone, no matter how lowly it may be in the eyes of human beings. People were familiar with plagues already in the time of Christ. There were, for example, locust plagues that were devastating to human beings. They were very devastating to the people. But you have been told many times before, the existence of a life form of one such pest, for example, may last only hours in this earthly realm. And these hours that it lives, only these few hours that this pest lives, is very significant. It has the greatest significance to that particular being in question, for it gives it the opportunity to step out of its existence, its spiritual body. Its spiritual body will be reshaped once again and given a different form. Isn't God amazing? Isn't God creative? It will rise, ascending level by level. How wonderful creation is! It is essential that people are made aware of this. To make the truth clear to Christians is the greatest necessity. They ought to be able to recognize the meaning of their earthly existence. They ought to, as well as the meaning of life, no matter how lowly it may be. All life has meaning. And should this lower life form be in earthly existence for just a single hour, it will have taken a step forward. It will have taken a step upward. That is the will of God. Christians must arrive at this knowledge. They must grasp all of this. This too belongs to the commission given by Christ at that time, as he said, "Do this in remembrance of me." Christians should be reminded not only that Christ broke the bread and shared it out, and that he drank of the wine and gave it to his disciples, and that they should continue celebrating it in this way, in remembrance of him. Christians have also been given the commission to spread the truth, to come to the understanding and knowledge of why Christ, the Son of God, entered this existence and what his work of redemption consisted of, what he has redeemed every individual from. What have you been redeemed from? Have you ever sat down and asked yourself, what did Christ redeem me from? Because each and every person on this earth has been redeemed from something by Christ. Christ, the Son of God, entered this existence for the sole purpose of the redemption of humanity. And that means that Christ has prepared the way for all the fallen, that they may return to their former spiritual home, to the kingdom of Christ in heaven. Christ has liberated them from the bondage of Satan and restored to them the status of the children of God. He fought and struggled to have his own with him once again. Parables the Father had given them to him. Everything given to him by the Father, not only to him, but to the Father also. This is Mind Ease with Stella, your space for calm, clarity, and Christ-centered growth.